And we are live. Hello and welcome to the first ever AMA for NostraCity. I hope you have your favorite drink with you tonight or this afternoon or this morning, depending on where you are in the world, because this is going to be an introduction to NostraCity, which is the most exciting DeFi project to ever be released early March of 2022. Okay, let's dive in. What is NostraCity? Well, before I tell you what NostraCity is exactly, I need to give you the typical disclaimer that this is not financial advice. As you already know, NostraCity is a game and you should not expect to profit from the effort of others. Do not share your seed phrases to anyone ever, including me, including the team members of Nostra, including your own mother if she comes up to you on Twitter, because it's likely not your mother. So please be very careful out there. The scammers are getting ever so smart. And so, yeah, just don't share anything with anybody. All right? Let's get going. So, we're going to tell you today about the reason for being for Nostra City. I'm going to give you some details of the project and why we think that this is, in many ways, a solution to what is out there right now. We're also going to go into a little bit of the DeFi processes behind it. I'm not going to get into too much detail because we believe that we have actually found a breakthrough, but we're not ready to divulge this information just yet. So you're going to have to stick with us for a little bit longer to find out how we actually might have found something out about nodes that is actually groundbreaking. But more about that later. Also, we're going to talk about the gamification and we're going to have some Famiglia questions. So we call all our players and participants our Famiglia, our family, and you're going to understand how this plays out. Please, if you have any questions, go right to YouTube or yeah, YouTube is the best place for you to go to. We've posted where we're streaming this from on Twitter and everywhere else on Discord, and you're going to be able to actually get into our AMA by just posting your questions. Okay, so why do we exist in the first place? Who's the boss and why is doxing important? Let me tell you why doxing is important. I'm an investor just like you. I'm a speculator. And I personally believe, and the team also believes, that doxing is important right now because if you've been around DeFi for anything longer than a month, you know what happened in, you know what has been happening in DeFi since forever. All the rugs, all the fake hacking, all the oh, I didn't know this guy was a criminal on my team, things like that make it so that it's very important for you to know what you're getting involved with and who is behind the project that you're backing, because let's face it, blockchain is wonderful, but people who know how to read code have the upper hand. And I'm not a coder. I don't know how to read the code. And so I'm immediately put at the bottom of the pile, just like yourself, unless you're a coder. And we have to trust people who are coders, and we have to trust people, and we have to trust processes, even if we can't read code. So, yes, doxing is important today more so than ever. Who's the boss? Hi, it's nice to meet you. I am the boss. My name is Fabiana Lara. I was originally born in Brazil. I now live in Europe. You can actually Google me. If you Google I'm Fabi Lara, I think that's how I show up on LinkedIn. And then you're going to see what I do for a living. Basically, I am a speculator slash investor. I've invested in many projects in the weirdest of things, from mining investments to IoT startups to SaaS companies and education companies as well. I made my career as an entrepreneur in online education. And now, since I had invested into crypto a long time ago, and now I see DeFi evolving into this really exciting space. That's what I am doing. I am the founder of omforks.com, which, if you have been around the Omforks arena, you have probably visited and you've probably clicked in one of our projects. And now I also run cryptonodes.money, which is the same as omforks.com, but for crypto nodes. So as I was getting into the Omforks and all the opportunities around it, I realized that, you know what, some of these projects are amazing and complete breakthroughs. And some of these projects are not going to make it for a myriad of reasons. And as I was starting to get the hang of it with onforks.com, I realized that at some point there was going to be a disconnect from the really good projects and the ones that weren't going to make it. And I thought to myself, whenever this thing turns and then there is a disconnect, there's going to be once in a lifetime buying opportunities for people to get in at bottom prices in those projects that are really, really, really going to make it. You know what I'm talking about. If you're in DeFi, and you know Ohm, and you know how it works, you know, even if you're a hater, even if you didn't get in early enough, you didn't get out early enough, you know they're gonna make it. You can tell that the projects are getting better and better and better, even though the price doesn't reflect that yet. And this is the bet that we're making. The bet is that we're gonna gather together and we're gonna raise funding, and we're going to make bets on the very best projects, not only in DeFi. First, we're going to look at DeFi, then we're going to look at possible L1 solutions, maybe possible L2 solutions. And each season, we're going to make bets to say, hey, we would like to invest in these projects because they are the best of the best. And we think that we're getting them for a very good price. And so with each season, that's going to last approximately 3 weeks, we're going to be able to, in a way, place our bets by playing this competition to see who deserves how much of our treasury. And then participants are going to be rewarded with tokens for, I guess, buying up the NFTs of the businesses in our city that are sponsored by the projects that win the competition by gathering the highest amount of points. That's it. So that is NostraCity. NostraCity is a competition amongst families that have decided to vote with their wallets, quite literally, because in crypto we have real wallets, sometimes more real than real life wallets. And we vote with our wallets for the businesses in our city that are sponsored by projects that we believe in and would be happy to invest in. Why is it called Nostra City? Well, there's something called Cosa Nostra, which is our thing. It's mafia lingo for this is the way that we do business. Okay, so that's why it's called Nostra City. We changed it from Nostra DAO because, as you probably know, the name DAO had connotations to it that had nothing to do with what we were doing. But don't worry, we're still going to be run like a DAO. We're developing it, and then we're going to slowly make the community more and more involved in the running of the DAO. Question number 4 is actually really funny. Is Nostra City linked to a real mafia? No, it is not. I know that my name might sound a little bit Italian. So does my nose. No, the short answer is no. We are not linked to any real mafia family. I like the question though. It's bold. Keep them coming. Why does Nostra City exist? Like I just said, I believe in being a contrarian, and I've made my investing career basically betting on the underdog. And right now, there are projects that are complete underdogs that are going to melt our faces when they come back. And I think that having this and organizing it in a fun way so that people can participate is going to be, I guess, in a selfish way, our team creating a vehicle that we would like to invest in because we think it's going to be super fun. And who knows, maybe uh, there's going to be a return from it, but not financial advice, and I can't promise it. And this is why we're here, is to have fun while we reward those projects that are really the best of the best. Is NostraCity a DAO? Who runs it? Okay, so for now, the way we're running it is the team. We're actually four people at present and two advisors. We're going to grow our advisory board. They're going to be called consiglieri, right, which is Italian for advisors. And these advisors, they will help us with many different things, but most importantly, they will help us to filter out which investment opportunities are the most interesting at any one point, so that from sort of their filtering whitelist, we can then pick which ones we are going to invest in and then compete for, etc. Okay, but yes, NostraCity is a DAO, and it's going to be run like a DAO. You will never um, you will never hear any of the team say, we know that the DAO voted for this, but the team has decided to do this instead. I mean, I can understand how some projects have uh, gone down that road, but at the end of the day, this is being built so that your votes will be worth something. We don't want to rush into things, rush into proposals, throw random ideas out there, and then try to backtrack. Obviously, some things need to pivot. And if we ever feel like new information has come to light and we should reconsider decisions and votes, then we will do that with the utmost transparency. But otherwise, we're going to try to be really careful in bringing the decisions to the DAO when they have already been thought through, and discussed thoroughly. Okay. One thing that's very important for everybody participating in DAOs, every time that a suggestion comes along, it's very, very important for at least one person to be able to counter that with the downside, to be the devil's advocate, if you like. Because when things are going well, we find that too many things get approved without really much thought. And in the downturn, people are, caught feeling a little bit lost with all the decisions that have been made. So anyway, is Nostra City a game? Yes, it is a game in the sense that people are going to have to work together. There will be cooperation and also competition. And I'm going to join this with the next question, which is, what can I benefit from joining Nostra City? Okay, so let me tell you how things are going to work, a brief overview of how it will work for the participants of season one. This is very important. We're going to do everything by seasons so that we can increment what we're doing, and so that we can hit certain goals with you, and we can grow this community to be something as big as DeFi Kingdoms. Is it okay if I say something like that? I would love it if we could get close to that. So the way that it's going to work is as follows. You're going to go on to Nostra City when we launch, and you're going to have the opportunity to look at three different businesses. Okay, so there's just the name of the business or something like that. So we're going to have something like a diner, where you'll be able to buy coffees, a grocery store where you'll be able to buy tomatoes, and then a barbershop where you'll be able to buy scissors. Those things that I just mentioned, those items that I just mentioned, are NFTs. Okay, they're just simple NFTs. They all look the same. They don't have any massive artistic value. But what you're doing is you're buying up these NFTs for a minimum of probably $50. And you can buy as many as you want. You can spread your bets and buy it from different businesses. But basically, whenever you buy one of these NFTs, you're giving those points to that business, and that business is associated with a project. So let's say we find three interesting investment projects, and so the barbershop is going to be associated with project A. The grocery shop is going to be associated with project B, and then the coffee shop is going to be associated with project C. That means that you're basically voting for that to be the investment that we make. Okay, so the first investment that we're going to make is going to be comprised of 20% of the treasury. Okay, 20% of the treasury is going to go to one of these three projects. It's only going to be the winning one. The winning one is basically the one that sells the most NFTs. And you become part of a family, of a mafia family, when you buy an NFT from a particular business. So let's just pretend that there's going to be family A, family B, family C. They're going to have much cooler names than this. I just can't give you all the alpha just yet. And as soon as we have, how did I do that? I flipped my image. Let's try to change that. And as soon as you make that vote, what you're doing is you're making sure that you're bumping up the value of that one business, but you're also joining that family. And when you join a family, you will be able to go onto Discord and you can come together and you can strategize of how to maybe spread the word, not just within our community, but spread the word with that target investments community to see if you can gather more token sales. And you guys are going to be competing against the other two families. So there's going to be three families, three businesses, and three investment opportunities. And the way that this is going to work is in a 3-week phase one. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. How can you benefit from joining NostraCity? Okay, so the winning family is going to basically get tokens. So after you buy the NFT, let's pretend that you buy $500 worth of NFTs. You bought something like 10 coffees. Okay, so each coffee is $50. You bought $500 worth of NFTs. So what will happen is towards the end of season one, you will get our boss tokens in the value of the $500 that you put in. So there is no loss because you're going to get our tokens for the value of the NFT. That is going to happen whether you've won or whether you've lost. The difference is if you are part of the winning family, then those tokens that you bought are not going to receive 100% of the amount that you've invested. They're going to receive 120%. Okay, so there's a lot to gain because you're going to get more tokens than the other two families. But the other thing is that as demand is being created for season two and for people to buy the token to use for season two, and people buy the token to create nodes that are coming soon, you're going to hold the tokens that you bought in season one by voting in those businesses. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you don't sell straight away because we're going to make sure that there is ever increasing demand for that token. One other thing is that towards the end of season one and into season two, if you buy a minimum amount of NFTs in any of these particular businesses, you're going to be able to actually burn them and exchange it for a PFP. And that will have artistic value. That's going to look really cool. You're going to be basically an OG in NostraCity, and that is also going to have some utility, which I can't talk about just yet, but you get the gist of it. Okay, so what's the difference between NostraCity and other GameFi projects? Most other GameFi projects are more regarding what you can do by yourself, and a lot of them have a betting component that is pure luck. Ours is more like how can you vote with your wallet, but also get other people involved. And most importantly, how can the token that you're going to get by the end of this have real value? Okay, so we want to make sure that the treasury is the focus here. The end goal is to get the treasury to be worth so much that we're laughing all the way to wherever the heck we want to go. Okay, question number 10. How is the project going to accumulate resources? We are going to dedicate a percentage of the total treasury with every season to the winning business. And so we're going to keep some in stables. We have to keep some of the treasury in liquidity, and we need to keep some stables as well, just because if we invest everything from the get-go, we won't be able to really operate the DAO. We won't be able to operate the game, and it will be way too volatile. Question number 11. What is the name of NostraCity's token? It's the Boss token. It's not out yet. Do not buy any Boss token that's out there yet. It has not been launched, so don't fall for scams. 12. What network is this being launched on? Avalanche. Okay. Number 13. Which stablecoin are you using for the liquidity pool? Most likely DAI. We were going to go with MIM, but that's the week that we decided to go with MIM. MIM depegged from the dollar, and so we thought, you know what, there's way too much risk. Let's stick to DAI. If by any chance the community comes together and begs us to use MIM instead of DAI, then we'll do it. We're here to serve you. Do you seek to become a reserve currency? Hell no. We have no interest in becoming anything even close to a currency. So if you're FBI, SEC, anything like that, I'm sorry, there is nothing here for you. We're just treasury allocators, and we're gamers. Will the treasury be 100% allocated? I've already answered that. No, because that would be suicide. Number 16, are you going to have advisors? Yes, we already have advisors. We are actually recruiting some more. We're looking at a few people that can help us filter out really interesting projects for us to invest in. But obviously, we are going to have legal advisors, marketing advisors, strategy advisors, et cetera, et cetera. And those conversations have already started. What is the plan for the project's sustainability? That is our number one concern, because as I've explained to you, I was there when all the forks were just exploding. It's very important that whatever we promise is lower than what we think we could do. We really want to try to underpromise and overdeliver. And the reason why I think we have a real shot at doing this is because we have a treasury that is going to be invested. And if we get that part right, there's a lot that we can promise and still remain sustainable. In the near future, we're going to do this again, and I'm going to talk to you about nodes. And a lot of people are going to hate me, but I really think that there's a lot that can be done with nodes. And a lot of what's been done with nodes right now is not sustainable. And I wish people could be a little bit more flexible with the structure of their node protocols, so that they would become more sustainable, so that people would become not just interested in nodes, which is great, but they could have more security and safety, knowing that the project is more likely to remain sustainable. So, number one, treasury. Number two, under promising, over delivering. And there's more to come, but it's going to take a very long AMA regarding nodes, which we're going to do. What security measures are being put in place? Okay, so a lot is going to be put in place. First of all, like I have already disclosed, I am not a developer. I'm not a coder, and the way this works is just unlike any other professional business. What you do is you get the developers to do the actual coding. We have two developers currently, and then you get a third party that has nothing to do with the current project to take a look at that code and tell us if there are any red flags or even potential red flags, and then we deal with those appropriately. That is going to be done before we launch. After we launch, we really do want to get a CertiK audit or any other type of audit that would make people feel safe, make us feel safe as investors, to make sure that that the code bit is dealt with. Also, we're gonna most likely have a multi-sig. It would be great if we didn't need to have a multi-sig and everything was done automatic. And in fact, the way that our developers are going about this is that they're trying to make the process as automatic and as automated as possible. But when that's not possible, then we're going to have a multi-sig in place, and that information is going to be public. The rest of the team is going to be doxed as well, just in due time, because they're working really hard in getting this project off the ground, and I'd rather have them do that than be here tonight. And so we're trying to build this as safe as anything else that we would be happy to invest in. That's the short of it. What's the benefit of being whitelisted? Well, you get a discount. If you're tier one, you get an 80% discount, and with against the tokens that you're going to get, and 60% discount if you're tier two. Yeah, that's it. You get a discount. That's the purpose of the whitelist. And then the way that it's going to play out is you're going to have approximately 48 hours before the next tier to go in and buy your NFTs at a discount. But don't worry, those NFTs will become tokens at full price. Okay, so if I see a $50 coffee NFT, I buy it with an 80% discount. But when I get the tokens for it, I will get the full price. I will get the full $50 price worth of boss tokens. How can I be whitelisted? Okay, so we basically have been publishing a level of interest whitelist form for a long time, and so you've had a lot of opportunity to join at least the tier two whitelist. And so we've closed that for now. There is the opportunity of getting both tier two and tier one white listings. You have to basically pay attention to everything we publish on Twitter and on Discord, because every now and again we run competitions. We look at people's participation, and we may just give out a few whitelists if you really participate. And we might actually upgrade a couple of people from tier two to tier one if we feel like they are really adding value to the community. So come along, participate, help out, spread the word, like, retweet, do things like that, and you will likely be noticed. Number 21. Will I buy the NFT or the tokens? You will buy the NFT and you will get the tokens for the same value that you've put into the NFTs, or the face value of the NFTs that you've bought if you've got them at a discount. Will I be able to buy nodes? Yes, you will be able to exchange your tokens for nodes, but that's at a later season, not season one. Will I be able to bond right from the start? No, there will be no token at the start. The only thing that you can do is buy the NFTs, then you will get the tokens towards the end of the season. How many days of vesting for the bond purchases? We don't have that set yet, so I don't have an answer for you just yet. Will I be able to stake my boss tokens? If yes, what is the starting APY? Undecided. Still an ongoing conversation. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Number 25, for those who buy the NFTs from the business, what can they do with those NFTs? So I've probably mentioned this before, but you'll be able to gather a certain number of NFTs and then burn them to exchange it for a PFP. And that PFP is going to have artistic value. You're going to be able to trade it, buy it, and there will be benefits to owning that PFP as well, which I can't talk about just yet. What is the purpose of gamification? Well, the whole purpose of gamification is for us to have fun and have more engagement, and have more ownership. The problem that we find is a lot of DAOs, they don't have enough participation to really be called a DAO. So we want to make sure that if you are a player in the game, you're a participant, that you have a reason to be a participant for the fun of it, and not just because you feel like you have to, because that's a recipe for something that isn't success. What is the gaming part of it? I think I've explained that, the competition, the cooperation. between and amongst the families. I can't wait until we have families. I can join a family, right? As the boss. I'm pretty sure that's allowed. Do you know what? I'm the boss. I make the rules for now. And so I'm going to say that, yeah, I'm going to join a family. I'm just not going to tell you which. How are you gamifying treasury allocation? We're gamifying treasury allocation by making you vote, join families, and cooperate together to sell more scissors or tomatoes or coffees. How are the rewards going to be distributed? So the mechanics of it will make sense as we get closer to the end of season one. But basically, you're going to have to claim those rewards um, so that you get all your tokens. How will I know which is my family? It will become clear which one is your family because once you pick the business, we're gonna have the business, sorry, the family, the business, and the project that is sponsoring it, all in a very obvious place. So you will know. It's not going to be a secret. Will being part of the family running the business earn an income from the sales of the NFTs? So no, because only the winning family will win the reward. Okay. Yes, it's part of the income from the sales of NFTs, but only the winning family gets to keep it. But they don't get to keep a percentage of their business winnings. They get a percentage of the whole city. This is why it's very important to get engaged and really work towards making your family win because it's going to be a bigger pot. What happens if my family wins the competition? Congratulations, you got 20% more tokens than the losers. What happens if my family loses the competition? Congratulations, you got a 100% of what you put into the NFTs back in boss tokens, and you're going to be able to burn those NFTs if you bought a certain amount and exchange it for a PFP. And so essentially, you get a really cool artistic OG NFT for free because you're going to get everything that you put in back in tokens, even if you lose, and then you still get an NFT. That's a pretty good deal for me. I might get my whole family to invest in this thing. Okay. Can I support more than one business? Yes. And it's probably a good strategy. I'm just going to leave it at that. Which are the three businesses? Can you reveal the projects already? No, I cannot. It's top secret. You will know soon. Who will choose the three of them? What will be the criteria for choosing the projects? We have two major concepts. One is sustainability. Do we believe that this project will last a very long time and be able to generate lots of gains for everybody involved? And the other thing is that community engaged? Because I want to bring you projects where the community is so engaged that we knock on their doors and say, listen, we have a little business in our city and you're sponsoring it, by the way. I mean, you don't really have to do anything. We just like you as an investment. Would you mind allowing us to have an AMA? Or maybe people in the families will want to have AMAs and campaigns to go and reach out to those communities to spread the word out about NostraCity and about the opportunity of making that the winning investment. So hint, hint, nudge, nudge, nudge. Uh, Strong community, sustainability. Those are the main things. Obviously, there's a lot more detail, but we will be sharing those with you in due time when we reveal which of the projects that we're going to go with for season one. How long will the season last? 3 weeks. Okay, some more last second questions from our big Famiglia. Is the first season mainly for bootstrapping and initial treasury to invest in other protocols? Yes, the first season is for bootstrapping, but we're going to have to bootstrap both the initial investment and the liquidity for the token launch and everything else. Okay, so it is, in a sense, a liquidity bootstrapping and treasury bootstrapping exercise to have this season one. And this is why you're going to get a free NFT for participating in this because you're basically an early person, right? And when you get in during season one, it means that you're early. You're helping us to fund this whole thing, and so this is really going to help us. We're going to honor you, honor your loyalty, as we like to say, by letting you have a free PFP NFT. Are we getting any type of yield or dividends during this period since we don't get POS tokens? No, not during the 3 weeks. Okay, not during the 3 weeks. What you're going to get, like I said, is NFT plus important. We're always going to try to make it so that the people who got in during the season one are honored by serving them first when it comes to the next season. And like I said, in an upcoming season, very soon, we are going to have nodes. So we would not like to offer the rest of the DeFi community nodes before we offer it to you guys. So you're gonna get first dibs on whatever we launch. Okay. What would be the benefit to someone who is not whitelisted since they are not getting the NFTs at a discount? I think I've already gone through that. You get an NFT for free and you get the boss tokens as well. All right. Are there any chat questions that have come up here? Let me take a look. Michael Frances, your Sammy the Bull's advisor. Hello, Edu. Jeremy. Cosa Nostra. Yes. Salsa Boy. What's up? Todd Wheel. Todd Wheel says my mom scams me all the time, but it's really hard. Man. I don't know what to tell you, but you can't even get a better mother. So good luck to you. All right. I think that's pretty much it. I covered a lot of ground. Thank you so much. Please like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter at Nostra_City. Do join our Discord channel, and I will see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. UTC. This is going to be ongoing. We're going to come here hopefully every single Wednesday, and I have a lot more to tell you. So keep your eyes peeled, come follow us, and get ready because it's going to be good. It's the whiskey. I meant to say this is going to be really big. All right, take care.